Good evening, everyone. I am Redmit Bislautingke, and today we have talk overview. We have a look on our reference articles. Let's see to this first one. And there are writings of Carlo Altini in 2023 entitled "The Crowd, the People, and the Philosopher in Spinoza's Political Philosophy" from the Review of Politics, Volume 85, Issue 4. So the author's thesis on comparative philosophy in this article is that the crowd is necessary to create and to make a society grow. The chief strength of the article's argument is that with the group of people, everyone is able to have a look on their differences. However, the weakness of its argument is the fact that there are instances like herd mentality that is being tolerated in this context, but maybe I misunderstood it for that. Nevertheless, this article has helped me to realize that society is also one of the factors that shape the person. Indeed, this article supports the claim in the research paper of spirituality amidst the crowd. Next is of Antonio Calcaño in 2021. This paper is published in 2021. The challenges of eye-splitting or Ich-Spaltung through the phenomenology of Wittgenstein and Berdewalder. So this paper, Horizon, Volume 10, Article 2. So the author's view of comparative philosophy in this article is that it focuses on the self and elevation of our consciousness. So the chief strength of the article's argument is that it is there to say that spirituality is how we embodied our self-improvement, or how it's represented in self-improvement. However, the weakness of its argument is the fact that I'm not looking on the argument, but there are exaggerated details, so that will waste my time. Sorry for that. Nevertheless, this article has helped me to realize that there is a need to improve my vocabulary. Sorry for that, because there are parts of this paper which I mistook for something else, maybe in that sense. Nevertheless, indeed, this article supports. This article is helpful for the writing of my paper. Next is of the writings of Patricia Faisi-Mankoff, published in 2021. Title of the article is "In Between Mind, Spirit and Being: A Critical Appreciation of Berdewalder Phenomenology of Mysticism, with particular reference to correspondence to post-materialist notions of reality." So the author claims that spirituality is possible and it's already an occurring phenomenon. The chief strength of the article's argument is that there are times that through emptiness, through necessary emptiness, we can get rid of those prejudices in ourselves, our self-doubts, and that could also help us to grow in spiritually. However, the weakness that I found in these writings is that this is too lengthy, and I'm sorry to say that this is too lengthy and there are unnecessary repetition being observed here. Nevertheless, this article has helped me to realize that our spirituality is, and our spirituality is that it's a process. It's a introspection of ourselves. And the next is of the Taeyeon Kung. Taeyeon Kung. So this is a Korean writer. Taeyeon Kung, written in 2023, is titled "Are Crowds and Crowd Pleasing in Plato?" So this was belonging to the Review of Politics, Volume 85. The author's thesis on comparative philosophy in this article is that there's a need to measure the crowd. So to avoid those traditions, for example, that are harmful. So this it's a warning against self-harm of a crowd. So the chief strength of the article is that it tries to make the crowd, its system, to be evaluated through times. However, the weakness of this argument, I spot a bit of weakness, but I cannot point out its points weakness. I found no weaknesses, only a bit of exaggeration of details and some contexts that are difficult to understand in that sense. However, nevertheless, it helped me to realize that the Plato, for example, can be used in evaluating or make the crowd to have a reflection in itself. So in order to have improvement in itself, this crowd. So indeed, this article is helpful for the writing on the reflection on Gerda Walter's phenomenon of mysticism, spirituality, and the crowd. And then proceeding to some writings like in Sarah Bischoff 2019, and this is about Buddha and his writings, and the Buddha, the man behind the myth. So another thesis on comparative philosophy in this article is that it's more it's an attempt to gain the accuracy of the details of the Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha. The chief strength of article is that it tries to eliminate those misconceptions of the Buddhas. So it likes to wring out the excesses and false narratives of Buddha. However, the weakness of its argument is the fact that it almost attack the Buddhist traits. So there are there are details that can be misread as some insults or criticized against Buddhism. But besides of that, these writings helped me to have a glance of the Buddha that neither less or neither exaggerated. So right amount of data about the Buddha. So indeed, this article is helpful in writing about the Eastern philosopher, for example. And there are this writing is trying to emphasize the accuracy or to remove exaggeration, unnecessary exaggeration in the life of Buddha and traffic. So these are the given paper. These are the given writings we will encounter, and pardon me for having not mentioned all, since I have run out of time. Despite of this, I am very thankful that we have this occasion today, which is to get some of the articles, even though not at all. Okay. So see you once again, and thank you for bearing with me. Good day once again.